didn't like that. Yeah, I didn't like it either. Hey guys. Whew. Okay. Jesus. Oh my god, that is giving.
Let me get.
That is giving JP. That is giving jump scare.
Red, white, and blue.
Whoa, that just. I literally just looked at the sheets, looked at your shirt, looked at my said, wowza. Anyway, hey guys. Oh, I'm first. I'm Sandra.
I'm Jane.
And welcome to Sister Sit Down.
Welcome back.
Guys, if I look cross-eyed, it's because I'm looking at the mirror and not
let
you
me
guys.
take this off. Was I going now the whole time?
Yeah,
It's okay.
It's okay though. Guys, what are we talking about?
Unfortunately, we're back to discuss Love is Blind. So much is happening in the world. So much is happening in our lives. I would rather do quite literally anything else.
But here we are.
Let's just wrap it up.
This is gonna be a quick one.
Episode 10 and the reunion. That's what we're covering.
Very useless. Honestly, guys, we were talking about this earlier. If we did not already have to do this, this would not be happening.
If I didn't already make this commitment, I would cut it.
Very much.
And you've probably moved on yourselves. You've probably watched the reunion
As
and
you
moved
should.
on. And I love that for you. But still,
As you should.
watch this video. Let's just jump into it. Episode 10.
Weddings. Literally my only two comments. Milton and Lydia.
You're just gonna jump right in.
I don't like. Well, actually, we should start with
We
Stacey
started
and
with
Izzy
Stacey
first.
and
'Cause
Izzy.
they- yeah.
Okay, I said I'm not carrying my own wedding dress on my wedding day. Said, of course, Izzy shows up in a red convertible.
Why, of course.
Because it's just giving, like, I want to look macho, but he looks stupid coming out of that
He looked
low
stressed
ride.
the
He was
whole
sweating.
day.
He was
He
sweating.
was stressed the whole
time.
day, bro.
Like, did you see the way, and they did him dirty, the way they were zooming in on his sweating ball?
Yeah. Oh god, the man was not okay.
Izzy.
And you could tell he was literally medicating with that alcohol. He was drunk.
Is he ever sober? Like, when is he sober?
The beginning of the season he was, but maybe. Who even
We're
knows?
just trying to have profound conversations with butts.
Yeah. But even then, he could have been drunk because they don't limit them in alcohol at all.
They don't.
I thought that was the
they-
major
they-
difference
they-
between like Love Is Blind and all those other shows.
They
They
almost
literally-
encourage it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Did I misinterpret that, or did Stacy say she was getting married in her mom's dress?
I don't think I remember that.
Okay, I wrote it down as a question, so I was like, maybe I misread.
No way, because she picked her wedding dress. Remember?
They never pick the dress they actually get married in. Like, it's always a cut.
Really?
Because I thought her sister said something about, like, you know, mom got married in this dress, like, something. And I was like, no.
I don't think so. I don't remember that. But what's the significance between that?
No, it was just a question. I wanted to know if maybe you caught it, but if you didn't, then maybe
Yeah, I
I
don't
made it
remember
up.
that. Her shoes though. Why was she so pressed to show her?
Those
her
shoes were
dad's
cute.
shoes? They were, but it was just random to me that she was like, "Hey, Dad, like, oh, you're gonna love these shoes." I was like, "What's the?"
Maybe he's a shoe man.
Maybe. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Maybe he paid for the shoes. Maybe he paid for them. Maybe he funded this whole wedding, and that's why he looks
Oh,
so
he did.
pissed that.
He was sitting there thinking, "Don't be stupid, girl. I got the money to throw away on this wedding, but don't piss me off."
I heard, like-
said, "Don't be silly."
Love is Blind will give you X amount of money, but then like all the other things that you like, extravagances that you want, you
Yeah.
have to shell out.
Her dad was sitting there like, "This is so unserious. You better not say yes to this man."
But did you know that what does she do? Operations manager is for her dad's company. So
So
all of her
serious.
like self-started, like so Pilates is the only thing that she does on her own.
It's
Like,
not Pilates.
I thought she's a Pilates instructor.
We literally went.
I was not watching them work
They're
out.
on
guys. I was-
bikes. Like, be so serious.
Spin instructor, my bad. They're on bikes.
No, he definitely was sitting there so uninterested. He said, "Why did y'all waste my day?" Like, I have work to do.
No, but I stand Stacey's dad.
Me too.
I do.
MVP. Everyone's talking about Milton. Stacey's dad is the real MVP, if you want to be honest.
Her whole blonde family is kind of creepy though. But
It's
they all
kind
look
of
the
freaking
same.
me out that they love Izzy so much. Why? Has she never brought home a decent man? Or is it just
Is he
that
decent?
YT families will love any person?
I
they
think
bring?
so.
Because she's
Because
like,
they
my-
don't-
even at the reunion, not to jump ahead, but she's like, my family loves Izzy, and I'm like, why?
I think
Even her mom wasn't giving her any real advice of like critical thinking about this. She's just like,
it's very much. I do think it's very much like your parents will love anyone. You have to make that decision on your own. Like they weren't
Yeah.
giving her any like substantial like
her sisters just kept saying like, he's so good for you. And I'm like, do you know her?
I also think it's rooted in like they know her, so it's like
maybe we've never seen you like this.
He's what you need. Like, and it's just like, is it what you need? Like, do they think like she has more power in the? And did she say it on the reunion? But she was saying something about like they had these conversations for the 2 days before.
He
the
actively
wedding.
manipulated her.
Yeah.
He
wanted
things from her.
And
he
this
wanted
is what I
was, financial.
I think I even said it somewhere in here, but I think if they signed it, it's the kombucha, passion fruit, and tangerine.
Oh, that's why I love passion fruit. Sorry, continue.
If Izzy signed a prenup, maybe they would have gotten married.
No, and
actually, I don't even know.
I think he would have hesitated to marry her, but he also, if they did sign a prenup, they wouldn't have lasted.
Yeah.
At all.
But I actually can't even say if they signed a prenup, they would have happened, because I think the level of deception is an added layer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the finances is one thing, but the level of, like, you willingly withheld that information from her is, like...
And I think if they weren't on a show like that, it wouldn't have been as bad, because everything comes to light on the show. Yeah. You start talking to other people, you see things, you recognize that he's literally not only...
She even said it to Johnny.
She even admitted on the show, like, at the reunion, which I really hated how she was... let me not get into the reunion, but... He admitted all of this stuff to other people. Other people knew that he wasn't all that great with money, except for you. Because you're moving with... And I think I said this in one of our past episodes. I was like, you literally put all of your... what's it called? I don't even know what the word would be, but you just basically give him all the ammunition to take advantage of you. Why are you... it was like how Nancy was. Why are you telling him, oh, my dad, all the issues I've had in the past are basically men using me for my money because they find out my dad is rich, so he wants to take care... Like, you're literally showing...
He doesn't know your dad's rich.
Why are you giving him all of that ammunition? Of course he's going to withhold that from you then. Not of course, but it's like, you wanted to be the fun girl at first, and then you gave him all the ammunition to just be... He wants to be daddy's little girl, too.
I said something about the letter. She was so excited about this stupid letter that he wrote her, talking about this is the first one he's written unprompted. Little did she know everyone in that room said, write it, just to write a stupid
and even
poem.
Then, they had to help him.
That was dumb. And again, they love to a calm, reassuring man. What does Izzy give you? Calm and reassuring? He gives me unhinged, erratic.
No, the thing is, he does give calm and reassuring. Only because he doesn't know how to be attached. The man you can see is physically ill in his body. He's scared. And he's not expressing it.
Bro, they shake it. They will never not include his rattling leg in there. Like, baby. Even when he's got anxiety.
Even when the wedding was started, he was talking about, he was sitting there at the table, like, shaking his leg, talking about it's gonna be the best day, and, I love Stacey, and,
he was stressed.
Izzy. Remember when they used to say, who was the one who they said was a cokehead?
Shane.
Why are you so shaky, sir? Are you okay?
Izzy can't afford.
Even when he was talking to his mom, whenever Stacey finally said no, he was pissed. He was pissed, and his mom was talking to him. He was looking straight through her eyes. He was not even listening to her. He said, "Shut up, just shut up."
This is what I'm saying. Has there? I don't know where this advice came from, but people would say like, say no to a man. Say no to me and see how he reacts, how he responds. Because his response was so telling.
He didn't cry when he was in love when the wedding was about to start. He cried when she said no. She said, I'm not going to pay your way through life.
But there's also something so sick about the fact that standing there physically in front of the crowd, he said, like, he almost made it seem like, yeah, we can be together, make it work.
Yeah, because he's for the cameras.
And the camera showed up and he said, that's why you're 33 and still single and these 45-year-olds can't give you the life I can.
This is what I was going to say earlier. What if his family likes him because he's really good at faking in front of other people? Like, he's really good at playing the role of I'm the person that everyone loves, but when you're behind the scenes, she can see what's actually going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And even, like, she was probably grappling with his debt and his financial deceit on her own. Because they had disclosed that information while he was packing to leave.
Yeah.
So it's like, now I'm talking to you every day, every night about the situation, and I can't even, like...
And it was literally, what's sick is that it was a couple days before the wedding. Yeah. That's the worst part.
Like,
that's actually the worst part.
You wanted to just throw it in there. You couldn't have thrown it in there with the plunger?
Like, for her mom, literally, for her to be talking to her mom about this the day of the wedding, saying, like, you're still grappling with this financial thing, is sick. You can't walk into a marriage like that.
You can't.
And the fact that he was still trying to be cutesy, like giving her a kiss and doing all this stuff. Shut up. Go away. He's talking about thank you all for a performer. That's what he is.
And the gag is she was willing to, like,
do it. Exactly.
Yeah. Like, let's just
It's the
date.
same
Like,
thing
literally,
that
she's
irritated
saying,
me
let's
about
just
Aaliyah.
date.
It's
Let's
like
just
you
figure it
literally,
out.
but he doesn't like. That's what I said. I've been saying he doesn't even like her at all.
He wanted to be locked in.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted you to serve your prison sentence and fund his life. Because it's like bad, and I still to this day don't believe it's not just debt. I think it's
not
substantial debt,
Like she
bad
said,
credit, financially irresponsible. Because you can't
that's
have
what I
a
was
credit
waiting
card. Why
for.
can't you have a credit card?
Exactly. That's the one I was waiting for. He cannot. He's unhinged with the money because, like she said, if it were just the $3,500, if it were just you have a little bit of bad credit, that's not a big
She
deal.
owns a house already. It's no, you don't need like.
That's not a big deal. It's like you're obviously
you be
the
trusted?
girl is scared to tie her finances to you, and you should. That
Oh,
Stacey.
she said it at the reunion.
Yeah.
She said also because of his career, he's a 1099 employee.
No.
So let you
benefits,
go get
nothing.
into an accident. She is
looking for a
financially
beneficiary.
responsible for the both of you.
What is that the right word? Not beneficiary. He's looking
No, I
for
think
a sponsor something.
Yeah.
Cause what the hell? She literally said it. And this is what's so annoying. She was even trying to like protect him and not giving out his business. Cause she literally said, "Child, if I tell you all of it, you would not be happy." But it's one of those situations where if I were to marry him, and God forbid something goes wrong, that the burden that I would be facing, you guys cannot even measure. You guys don't even know what this man is about to sign. That's why he was he was grieving when she said no. My man was not well.
Not grieving.
He
Yes.
He said
That was a
I
loss.
was sitting at the gym thinking about Titanic.
And you know what?
He was dreaming about his life
His
after
peak.
this.
His wealthy spouse, the love of his life.
And I've never
Just
seen
for Jack.
Titanic, but I said,
Well,
Stacey,
and,
be
let me tell you
serious.
about Titanic.
Be
Jack
so serious.
works on the Titanic, and
I didn't
Kate
know that.
Winslet is engaged to another man. They're both very wealthy. They bought
Wait,
tickets
when
to the
she starts
Titanic.
dating Jack?
Yeah, they like fall in love. She doesn't actually love him.
Oh,
Actually,
I
yeah.
thought they were just lovers.
No, she was engaged to another man, a wealthy man, a wealthy man.
Silly, silly girl.
Like, is he saying like? So of course it was the Titanic. It's very parallel.
Lit.
Is he saying, I can these 45-year-old men and I can give you what they
Everything.
can't? No, you can't.
You cannot give her
Are
any
you sure
of
about
that. Any of that.
Are you
Sir,
sure?
I just wanted Izzy to be fucking
Be
for real for
serious.
1 second. 1 second. And imagine she would have said yes and looked back at that wedding day. The man didn't even have any ounce of love in his eyes up until he stood there when he was faking it for the audience. All he wanted her to say, yeah.
They will trap
And
you.
he didn't even, he
They'll trap you in
tells
a
on
love
himself
affair.
because he didn't even say anything about their love together, nothing. He didn't even say anything about what he's sad to be giving up the relationship, none of it. He basically is just admitting like, why would you not say yes to me? He's like, I just can't wait to get to the altar for her to say yes to me. Izzy? Are you okay? Are you actually okay? You're not.
He also like all of his vows were like metaphors for nothing, just like saying
They were
words
stupid,
and words
exactly.
and words. Like,
Even
what
when
does
he
this have to do with her?
even when he was explaining to his boys like why he loves her, he's like, I
His
love her
boys.
because she's looking for someone to be calm and take care of her. And why do you, Izzy,
Love
like
her.
her?
Honestly, not even like.
Literally.
What do you like about her? What is
And don't get me wrong, Stacey's annoying. You can see in his face he was annoyed with her on all their dates. Every time they're hanging out, he gets tired of her talking. That's why he said to her, he wants someone who's gonna fight for you, fight for you. That's why I keep crawling back to you. I'm fighting because I need
I'm
this.
fighting.
I'm fighting for my life. Anyway, do you have any other notes about them?
I said she did the right thing. She should have
For
said
sure.
no.
That's the only right thing she did this season.
I also said when she walked out there, he asked her how she felt, but she didn't ask him how he felt. And this is when I was like, maybe she would have said yes if there was a prenup along with the marriage certificate.
She didn't ask him how he
She
felt.
didn't ask, like he clearly, the man looked distraught, right? And he asked her how are you feeling? Like he did the fake, like he like you watched him like snap into it, and he goes, how are you feeling? Like what's up? And she goes like, and then she never reciprocated. Like, maybe it's just they cut it, but she never reciprocated. Like, how are you feeling? And then he immediately went into the like. I almost was like, that scene ended. I was like, did they break up?
This
Was that a
sounds
breakup?
kind of rude, but like, why does it matter? Like, why does it matter how
I mean,
he's
she's the
feeling?
one that
And
said
also,
no.
you can always see how Izzy's feeling.
Yeah.
He's about, even if
You're
you
right.
don't ask, he's gonna tell you.
And he did.
And he did tell her right after that.
And
He told
he
her, I
did,
really, I just
said-
don't. There's no, and the thing that was sick about it, you can't even come up with an excuse for him as to why, if you love this person, you wouldn't want to go on with the
And that's to
relationship
be
to figure
fair,
it out
like
afterwards.
because if you actually love this person, you would understand that the
Exactly
decision she
what
just
they're
made was
saying.
the best for both of you.
Exactly.
You do not want to walk into a marriage like this. And he's being so delusional in his explanation of just like, I think she was letting outside factors influence her. And like,
He's not being delusional. He's trying to deceive us.
Does your relationship exist in a vacuum? Do finances not
he's
play
trying to
a significant role?
He completely knows exactly why she made the decision that she did. He was just hoping he deceived her well enough to get past the altar. He was trying to deceive us as if we cannot see through. This is what's weird about this show, because I feel like sometimes they can't tell, or they just think that they're good enough that we can't see through it. But it's like all of your actions become so obvious because your natural reactions come out. When you haven't given her any passion, but then you're ready to rail into Johnny, and we see how you actually are when you're excited about something, it shows. Do you know what I'm saying? Like when you are not excited to see the girl ever, not excited to fight for the girl, not excited to give her anything but the bare minimum, but then whenever she says no to you, then we see emotion. It's very weird. Meanwhile, we've seen grown men on this show cry for some of these women.
Bro, right after
come
the show ended, it automatically played season 1, and I was like,
I know, sick, right? Sick.
I just want a clip of all the Lauren and Cam.
Yeah,
I don't even care about
Cam
the rest
is
of them.
exactly what I was thinking about. Because come on now.
Like, bro, Lauren and Cam, their love story was episode 1. Episode 1, she literally said, I love you. And I was sitting there.
I know exactly the loop that you're talking about. When she's on the couch, I
one
think I love you
season.
too.
And that's so real.
And he's sitting there so calm, so sexy. Like,
that's calm.
I think I love
that's
you
reassuring.
Too. He said, I've been thinking this the whole time and I love you too. No, girl. They did us dirty actually.
So I'll be rewatching season 1 because they have not given me what season 1 gave me.
They would never give it to us. They just keep giving us Wahala because it's too much.
Gosh.
This season was the most excited and the most useless. I'm almost like, I don't know. Maybe they did it on purpose.
It was exciting because they didn't even include... Oh, I almost said more exciting stuff, but no, the more exciting stuff was clearly because domestic violence and sexual assaults.
Yeah, exactly. It was more exciting because I'm like, of all the past seasons, maybe this one's just obviously the most fresh.
But this is what happens when...
But I'm like, I feel like I would remember them more than I remember who's been in the seasons between Lauren and Cam.
This is the conversation I have with friends about reality television, romance reality television. This is like something like Bachelor in Paradise. Like, what do you value more, the love or the drama?
Or the drama.
And someone like me, like, I always show up for the love. Like,
but so many people show up for the drama. Too many people show up for the drama. But I think you can
have a mix of both, and I think people are leaning too far into, let's find the drama and we'll just throw in a love. But you can't just, like, because who do we have? We have Milton and Lydia.
And that's not even...
What?
And they kind of tried to resell them to us at the reunion, but I'm not even fully
buying what you're selling.
Buying that. Anyway, continue. Do we want to... Speaking of Milton and Lydia...
We're just moving into them, yeah.
Yeah, because...
Sorry, Stacey.
Not much else
sorry
to say about Stacey and Izzy, yeah.
Like, dang. Sincerest apologies.
I don't know why I was kind of shocked when they both said yes, but I didn't really have much of an expectation for them to say no, so I don't know why I was shocked.
Right before I watched this episode, I watched a TikTok. I saw Milton's ex on TikTok. I saw her, a clip of her a video she posted way back when, talking about how when your ex talks about how both your parents are dead. Basically, I just saw her, and this girl...
Wait, what was the TikTok about?
She was saying, like, when your ex tells his new fiance about how both your parents are dead and now all your business is going to be, like, aired on Netflix. But she posted
He told Lydia that.
Well, obviously, he told his fiance. You know what I mean?
Why would he tell his fiance? No, you're saying obviously, like...
Yeah.
Like, obviously he told his fiance about his ex's personal situation. They didn't say that in the show.
Well, maybe it was, like, an off-camera thing. Like, this happened back in 2022.
When was the TikTok? Because if she just
posted the TikTok was like a year ago. So she didn't just post it. People recorded it and then reposted it. Okay. But basically, this girl looks like Lydia a little bit. Like, it's giving Milton as a type. But that wasn't even the takeaway. I watched a summary of...
I was trying to do Face ID, but...
I watched a summary of someone talking about how Milton has not spoken to his ex in the past year. And they're not, like, interactive on social media. But Milton's burner account has been actively stalking her for the past year.
I want to see what she looks
like. And I don't remember what she said specifically in the video, but it was basically like, I don't think Milton would do that, but you know who would? His new wife. You know what I mean? And so basically, like, I watched the whole episode being like, no, tell me they don't get married. But knowing dang well, like...
The thing that
no one would stop.
The thing that I knew for sure is that Lydia Lydia's like a better version of, a more efficient version of Izzy, right? And her motives are not just for financial security. She genuinely just wants to be married.
Yeah.
So part
They
of
are
me feels
both
like
romantic.
regardless, she just was gonna make sure Milton was convinced enough to marry her. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, whereas Izzy, his ulterior motives were coming out, they were seething out of him that it's like you can't help but see what's going on. But Milton genuinely feels loved. He feels so loved because Lydia wants to be married so
Yeah.
bad. So part of me was like, they're gonna get married.
That's so sick.
But I'm like,
Why'd you marry a baby?
no, literally. And he's giving baby. The fact that he still doesn't pick up his clothes, you're gonna be his mother for the rest of your life. If that relationship is gonna end, it's gonna be because she gets sick of doing that. Because
She's wasting her childbearing years on a baby. She's raising a child right now.
do they even want kids?
Yeah, but the way Milton said it was like down the line, and he was like, maybe not that far down the line.
Yeah, but
They said it in
Milton
the
is
pool.
24, so he can wait a minute.
He has time.
Yeah, he's got time.
Um,
And by the time they have kids, that's just gonna get real old. That weaponized incompetence ain't cute anymore. But the thing is, Milton is a child, but did his comment about the 401k was kind of like,
no, but he looks like a person who cares about 401ks. That's not sexy. He just was gonna make sure that stuff's in order. Like, relax.
true, but it's like if I gotta forge a laundry
Milton
to
was
make
giving-
sure I'm good in retirement,
But
I
Milton-
might do it.
He was giving, I've stepped into this husband role at the
Yeah,
beginning.
he
They
was.
really gave him the platform, and he said, I'm gonna end him. Because they're literally the only ones
He
that
was.
got married.
We can use this to segue into the reunion because
Okay, because we know what happens.
because how did you feel? I did feel. Okay, I want to ask a question and then I want to elaborate on it because the part where they kind of start talking about Uche and the Aaliyah situation, Lydia's true colors for me were coming out a little bit when she was talking to Aaliyah or apologizing to Aaliyah.
Did she apologize?
She apologized, but she didn't because she
Okay,
didn't
I
even
was
look
gonna
Aaliyah
say.
in the eyeballs. She was basically giving her performance to everybody else, just trying
But I
to give
feel
her
like
victim story.
they allowed Lydia the platform to like skirt accountability, because they're the couple we got. It's like let's be nice to the couple that got married, but it's like no, I want you to actually have some accountability for the stuff, the role you played in this.
And then on top of that, Milton, who has no
Why
understanding of the least, yeah, you know your wife now, but the situation that we're talking about, you were the least privy to. You started having inklings because Uche was being weird. You don't even know Aaliyah, and you don't know how your girl was treating Aaliyah in the pods. So why? I understand you standing up for your wife, but don't stand up here and give us this high almighty, like I know her character. We saw her too. This means nothing. And then she just leans on that as if you don't have some accountability to take. That really vexed me. That's what I was going to ask you. Like, what did you think about their whole dynamic between Aaliyah confronting what they talked about and then Milton and Lydia?
You could just tell Aaliyah came in there on a mission to address it.
Yeah.
Uche not being there robbed her of that opportunity. Let's add that. Like, Uche is a punk.
Uche, I was going to say
A
bitch.
punk.
Because where are those receipts that you were trying to give all
Every
season?
day he's been on social media. I don't even
Exactly.
follow this man, and I've seen
And
he's
I've
posting,
seen it.
posting.
Wait till the reunion. Wait till this. Oh, we're going to say
Where are
everything
you?
clear.
Everybody, even JP showed up with nothing to say. He showed up. Where were you, Uche?
At least JP will lie through his teeth, but at least he shows up. At least if he doesn't,
He said, I don't
He
know
will
what
keep
to
his
say
mouth
back
shut.
here.
He will
talks
keep
like
his
this
mouth
the whole
shut.
time.
he would keep his mouth shut. No.
Did you bring that with you?
Yeah, I had it in my
said
laptop bag. I forgot. Yeah,
Yeah.
Uche not being there was sick.
So like Milton gave his little speech. I said, kudos to you for cosplaying husband. You've really stepped into the role.
Yeah.
I love it for you. Even that was the only good thing Izzy said all the whole show. He said, look at you grown man.
I know.
I said, you're funny. You're funny this one time.
I just feel like Milton. I've always felt like Milton and Lydia fit as a perfect match because they're so far from each other. Like Milton is a little bit mature for his age, but Lydia is also kind of immature for her age.
Kinda.
Like she's not giving 30-year-old at all, especially the way she navigates relationships. So even their dynamic of
It
him
kinda
wanting to
works.
speak for her was annoying. You could tell even in the ending when they're doing their exit speech and she's talking, she's literally just leaning on him to say something. He's giving his like politically correct answer, and then she steps in to kind of give something that's not going to distract us from what he. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Yeah.
not going to divert too much from what he just said. Meanwhile, if you let her be unhinged, we saw the true Lydia. If you let her be herself. Do you know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
feel like in this whole year and a half that they've had,
What
he's
a
done a
thing.
whole conversation of like, you can't behave like this, you can't do this, blah, 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 blah. And she's probably learned to tone it down a little bit, but it's like, how long can you keep that up? Or maybe she might change a little bit and they'll just get
He's
sick of that
literally
dynamic at some
26.
point.
He could be divorced by
That's
the time he's
true.
30. Like, he
He's
has all the time in
26
the
by
world.
now.
You
Holy
decide.
shit, yeah.
You decide.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
His haircut looks better, but I still want something else. I want him to grow
Milton
a
is still
beard.
Milton.
I want something to happen here.
You know, going back to the last episode, something that did annoy me about Milton, he's just so stuck in his ways. He's so stubborn. When his dad was saying something to him about, like, I just think he's so above.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's go back to that because I
Yeah,
genuinely think this man said yes just to prove he's a man.
Just to prove
Just to
everybody wrong.
prove he's
Yeah,
a man.
and he did it well. He did it well because the comeback of this reunion, it's like he's been studying. It's like he knew exactly and he even said, he's like, you know what it was when they complimented him about being so mature? He's like, you know what it was? It's because everybody told me I was immature, so he had to cosplay mature. Everyone was telling him he was too young to be on the show, and now he's like, I'm gonna prove you guys wrong.
He said, look, I'm the only one that got married. Yeah, because you're the only one
Stupid enough to have
to be in that situation.
Because your wife was desperate enough is another thing.
She was committed.
Like, they would have been
said,
married.
ooh.
Lydia would have been married regardless.
Of who was on
Izzy
the other
dropped
side.
her. Who else dropped her?
Yeah, 2 people dropped her.
Two
Who did she
people
start
dropped
off
her. And then she
Lydia
went back
was ready
Izzy,
to marry
and
anyone.
then she went back to
She
Milton.
actually was ready to marry anyone.
She was gonna marry anyone, literally.
Because she herself disregarded Milton. She said 24. Oh, and then she said, okay, I'm back.
She dropped her the first day, literally. She came back crying to me. She
on
said,
the
oh my
matter
god, I
of
didn't realize you could be emotional and listen to me while I'm crying about being broken up with.
It's literally giving the dudes you friend zone in college. Like, it's giving the dudes that sit on the commons floor just talking to any old girl who's crying about the hot guy that she fell in love with freshman year.
That has 6 girls falling for him and they had no chance anyway. And Milton himself is that guy because nobody's chasing Milton out in the real
Nobody's
streets.
chasing Milton.
Girl. Yeah, that whole... Their wedding was just weird. Even them kids... Oh.
I hate watching them
You
kiss.
know what I thought was... Me too. I hate them just as much as I hate JP and
neck problems.
Lydia. Or JP and Taylor's kissing. But you know what I thought was could have been a weird omen? Whenever they were spinning and her thing fell. I was like, I don't like stuff like that. Stuff that's like, I don't pick it up, what the? But I don't remember the vibe that I was feeling during their wedding. But I just felt like
to be fair,
weird.
do you know what's funny? I don't even think I took too much into the spirituality of her veil falling because I think I literally wrote down it's not too late to get it annulled. That's what I was writing down in that moment. Said it's not too late for an annulment.
Can they do that if they've technically already done
I don't know how annulments work
marriage certificates and all that?
In modern day. I think it's like a timeline wise because like back in the day it was like if you didn't consummate the marriage like you can annul it or in Catholicism or whatever. But I think in modern day it's a certain amount of time. I want to say 30 days, but I also could have made that up. But I think
the problem is neither one of them, like they're both so stubborn and both so obsessed with their personal image that even if I think I saw something that I saw a headline today that they're in a long distance relationship. Part of me thinks even if things were not working out, they will hold on as long as they possibly can. That's why with them, I don't think it's going to be a situation of, it's just not going to last long. It could last as long as they both want it to because Milton cares about his personal image just as much as she cares. Exactly. If they don't have kids for a long time, that's our sign that they're either not together. No, I think...
You know what I mean?
No.
Milton's not ready to be a parent. He doesn't know how to do chores. How are you going to teach children to do chores?
Why does he need to know how to do chores? She does all of the chores. That is not something that men think about when they're having kids. Do I know how to do chores? How am I going to teach a kid to do chores? That's never crossed his mind. The man doesn't even pick up his clothes. Come on now.
Very unsettled.
But if she doesn't have kids... I feel like in a situation like that, when someone like her wants to be married so bad, all you could do is get in a marriage and learn. It's not all it cracks up to be. It's not all it's cracked up to be.
But even the body language...
But you'll make yourself suffer for how long?
But even their body language on there, she was still very possessive, very much the way she was over his body.
Yeah.
So it's like...
Because she wants the perception of they're so in love, that we're the only couple that got married. Meanwhile, Aaliyah came and served looks more than her. This has nothing to do with anything, but Aaliyah walked in...
They all did.
That's what I'm saying. I was about to list all of them. Even Stacey came and served looks. Taylor, girl.
Taylor said you weren't attracted to me. That's really interesting.
Stacey pissed me off when Aaliyah was walking in. Stacey's talking about is she gonna leave again? Shh, bitch.
I wish
I want
I
someone to
wish
just
there was like a live
pull
reaction
Stacey's
to
lips.
Stacey, because I want her to know that there is no laugh track going on. Like no one at
No,
home is
everyone-
laughing.
I want someone
You're
to
not the comedian you
pull
think
her
you are.
fucking lips, bro. It's not even comedian. It's giving shut the
Anti-black.
Shut up.
Anti-black.
Shut up. You're not a girl, and this is where I
Actually,
keep thinking
anti-black.
back to your girl's girl comment,
She-
because at the core that's
But
what it is. You're not a
stop.
girl's girl.
Even before we left the pods, she was in there with Izzy talking about like, I love to play darts. Like I'm so good at darts.
Yeah.
And I just like.
I'm the kind of girl that'll slap your. Do you think you're one of the boys? You want to be one of the boys so bad, and they don't respect
Did you see
you.
where they're backwards half the time? Like
They don't respect you.
that's
babe.
how you get the man with
And
a
this
bad
is what
credit
pissed
score.
me off, that she was so aggravating to Johnny, and she still to this day keeps saying
She
Johnny was
did
the
not-
bully
she
to me.
won't
No, she
apologize.
wasn't.
And you were right. You were absolutely right. In the entire year, you had to self-reflect. And even
Nothing came to your brain.
said, yeah. Even he stood in his. He said, "I stand by what I said, and I shouldn't have said it that way, but I stand by it." Even Izzy could open his lips and apologize, and even Johnny kind of wanted to say like that wasn't an apology, but she was like, "He's apologized to me off camera." Stacey
Ooh.
could not even fix her lips to apologize,
You
even
just-
after watching the whole show.
You dig your feet
And
in.
seeing how you could possibly have been in the wrong, or even have been perceived to be in the wrong, you said,
And even Johnny, right? I love a girl that can watch herself and be like, damn, that was kind of crazy. Even Johnny said, some of the stuff that I said, it was a little crazy.
Yeah.
I was a little hurt. But from the beginning, like I said, Stacey was playing a fucking game. Because to be hiding all this stuff and letting her tell you about her strongest connections, what she's doing, and you know this man is your top. You're being manipulative. But Izzy was also being manipulative, because look at how at the reunion, you've been talking yappa yappa. You were pissed that Johnny has gone and found somebody else. You're teaming up with Stacey against her. Not even how many days later, you're lip-syncing the girl.
"That's sick." That was the sickest.
And he's sitting there cosplaying, trying to have Stacey's back, because you can't backtrack, but also still recognizing you did John. That's why the half-ass apology, that's where the half-ass apology came from. Because you're like, you know now that you're in
He
your
tried to
wrong.
circle back and go to the.
He
like,
tried.
"Babe, do you still like me? Remember when we almost were together?
Exactly.
Like, maybe we can make it work."
Exact fool. And you were right about the fucking, what's his name, and his girlfriend. Chris. I almost called him Nick. That's very racist. Not racist. of me,
Chris.
But yeah, that was... I was
That
like,
was
damn.
wild.
Yeah, not Chris a cheater.
And it sounds messed up. I said it to my
Said,
roommates
not them
on the
being
couch.
besties too, though.
No, because literally,
Them giggling?
Stacey the
Stacey's
whole
a-
time talking. Every time they cut to
CUNT,
Johnny
bro.
and Chris talking, I said, "Look at their little
Yeah,
friendship."
I said, turn the camera around. We don't
I
wanna hear
literally
what
said,
Stacey's
"Put the
saying."
closed captions on them."
You know, if the producers were really, if they had a
They
good
would have
producer
turned
on
that
there,
mic up.
they would have had the camera on Johnny and Chris and just had Stacey in the background talking, finishing her statement. Because why do we?
And
give a
Vanessa tried. She
fuck
said,
what
"What do
you're
you guys
saying?"
talk?" It was giving like
Vanessa, shut
elementary
up.
school teacher.
Yeah.
Is there something you'd like to share with the class?
Exactly.
No. I would have said it out loud if I wanted to share it with you.
Like, shut up. It's not your business. That's why we didn't include
Like,
you. Johnny, and even Johnny walked in like a bad.
all
were
of them
giving-
in relationships. All of them said, "Yeah, I've
Yeah.
been with someone for a year. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've been
they
with
said
someone for a
because
year.
don't waste my
Yeah,
time.
I'm seeing someone."
And Lydia's probably sitting there like, damn, I could be free. No. Stacey really did piss me off with the no apology.
nothing.
Arrogant. And I get it. You can accept the girl's apology and say, yeah, the things you did say were mean, but also own up to what you did.
But
How
does
you
she
were
know how to
behaving.
apologize?
Child, I don't know.
Does she? Does she ever believe she's in the wrong?
She would give a half apology just like
because
Izzy.
But
But
there's-
what she
but
doesn't
she didn't
recognize
do
is
that.
she was
She-
also manipulated by Izzy.
yeah.
She was also manipulated by him, making you think like Johnny wasn't even, because you both had.
When I said it,
Wait, about what?
last episode I literally said she's being led by a man.
No. I'm not saying she was led by him.
That's
saying
okay, but you said it in better words. Okay, sorry.
Okay. Because I don't think her main motivation was Izzy doing those things.
Mhm.
I think they both had their issues
it's
with
fuel, it sparks.
with Johnny, but Izzy manipulated her in terms of like they just gas each other up to the point where, and then when she tried to gaslight Johnny, like we weren't sitting here talking about you. You sat there with Chris and Izzy because you knew what the topic of
And
the
they
conversation
said
would be.
even
Even
when
if
they
it wasn't,
said
you would have brought it up.
I didn't know that I thought I was escaping the drama, but you still sat down and crossed your legs.
It's not you thought you were escaping the drama. You
sat
sat
down
there and
you
said,
crossed your legs.
"Oh my God, it is the drama."
Huh? No,
Let me
literally,
get
that's
comfortable.
Exactly how she crossed her legs. What happens
The
next?
definition of gaslighting. What the hell? We need to touch on Uche and finish this up.
Okay, fine. I said The Rock was a stupid gift.
Yeah, dumb.
Why
need
did
to
they make
just
Stacey
give
and
up
Izzy
with the
even
gifts.
sit next to each other that whole time? Like, that was...
They probably wanted the illusion of, are they together?
Who knows?
Let's
Let's
figure
make
it
a
out.
picture.
Meanwhile, you can see by how sick they were looking at Milton and Lydia that they were not together. We knew from the wedding they wouldn't be together.
Who?
We knew Stacey and Izzy, once they left that wedding, they were not going to be together.
Yeah,
Izzy
but they
was
kept
not going to
asking,
make it work.
They kept asking.
And like Stacey said, like I said, Stacey has these inklings of the truth, but she just doesn't know it yet until Izzy shows her. Because she even said, she's like, we just needed some time to think about it. Or like, I just wanted to see how the relationship would be without the cameras. As soon as the cameras left, she said, he said, I haven't saw him. The guy was too busy.
He's like, I was so
He was
hurt.
straight at the Houston bars. I seen him in TikToks. He was lip-syncing Johnny. The man was busy. What the hell? Faker.
His socks look stupid with his suit. And I love a socks and suit moment, but his look dumb.
I did notice them, but they didn't irritate me.
Okay,
like
this is the part, as we were talking about Johnny and Chris. I don't know if this is messed up to say as a woman. But I was like, Johnny just kind of gives the kind of girl you would, I don't want to say cheat on, but like, yeah, I don't want to say cheat on, but it's like she seems so perfect and kind. And I think Chris even said it to some
Johnny
degree.
was giving body.
But like, she seems so perfect and kind that you almost want to avoid the accountability of telling you like,
oh, that's sad.
you know what I mean?
I see
like,
what you're
like
saying.
There was Becca Kufrin. She kind of reminds me of Becca.
Oh,
The Bachelorette
with Thomas Becca.
Yes.
Oh
So
my
it's like she
gosh.
said something, not the Becca we know and love now, but like when pre Bachelorette season and when she was the Bachelorette of like,
I don't know. Becca that
people
well.
just kind of explain her as like perfect on paper. It's like she's the Ari. She's the girl that you get engaged to, but like that's not the girl for you. But you pick her. Ari was the Bachelorette. Like Becca became the Bachelorette because Ari proposed to her and then went back to the second place.
Okay.
And then
I
Becca
didn't
became
watch
the
that
Bachelorette.
season. I only know Becca from The Bachelor.
So like Johnny gives me that vibe of like, you just seem so perfect, and she will hold you accountable. She'll make you have a conversation about it. So you need to break up with her.
That's
to her face.
so interesting because
So
I
it's
was
almost
thinking,
easier to not.
I was thinking about it from the dynamic of Chris. Just seems like the kind of person who can't break your heart, who can't be honest with you.
That is his problem too. I think it's the calm makes the storm. It's like, this is my problem and this is your problem, and that just
and together
that's how we
just
wound up here.
But the thing that sucks is until you like the truth about it though is until you break that cycle for yourself, you're gonna keep attracting people like that. Because then it's like if what you're saying about Johnny is true, then how do you change that? What do you have to change about yourself to attract people who can be?
It's about attraction, but it's also like you can't help that someone else doesn't want to hurt your feelings. You know what I mean?
No, but it's not about you can't help that someone doesn't want to. It's that you can't help that you're attracting people that are unable to.
But she also put herself in with this Chris specifically. This was also a situation in which she was constantly trying to prove herself to
because
make
she
it up
was
for it.
exactly.
So that's the foundation of that relationship.
Exactly, that's true too. That's true.
So it's like even if he wanted to end it, it's like damn. Now I'm like saying no again when I already said no the first time.
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't
was
think
my
about
takeaway
that
from
with
that.
the Johnny thing.
because she just reminds me of such a sweet girl. She just looks like she's hard to break up with.
Yeah.
What do you say? Like, what do you say?
Yeah.
Because if you're not thinking about
especially when there's not
else,
a reason why you want to break up.
That's
crazy though. I never would have expected someone like Chris to be a cheater.
Yeah, it did shock me. Like right before he even said that, I said, "My man."
Like I could see someone like Uche faking it and then going to cheat, or Izzy faking it and then going to cheat. No, Izzy doesn't have the capacity to juggle enough women like that. I don't know.
As long as
but
his
I
bills
did
are
not
paid,
think about
he's
that.
good to go.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I didn't watch last season, but I kind of thought Vanessa was doing okay. I said
She did, and
she wasn't getting on my nerves.
Even Vanessa came and served. Why did everybody
loved
come
her
looking
dress.
like a?
I love
Sorry,
that
this
dress.
is
Can
rude.
I
but
borrow that
Lydia
dress?
looked the worst. To be the only
looked the
wife
worst.
up there, she looked
And
the
Lydia-
worst.
Typically, she looks good.
Yeah, not that day. I hated. Oh, it icked me out so bad the way she was apologizing to Aaliyah. She did not hold herself accountable at all, and
And
this
they
is
didn't
what-
hold her
this-
accountable either.
This is what I don't like about the hosts. I understand not being
Dang, I
biased.
have pages.
I understand them not being biased. Oh, I do remember the last seasons. Remember the last season that had Josh and Jackie. Josh and Jackie.
I didn't watch that. Though.
Oh shit, damn. So maybe you guys will know what I'm talking about. Vanessa and Nick, Vanessa especially, was so good about holding. She was not doing it to the right people.
That.
She wasn't doing it with the right people because there was actual. I don't remember all
Was
the
this
details.
last season?
I was one.
But
of
wasn't
the
she was
previous
also
seasons.
drunk? Wasn't she?
She
drunk
was a little
once?
drunk, but you can still do your job if you're showing up and able to talk. You should be able to ask the right questions because
But
they had a whole
Vanessa's
clip
not
where.
a girl's girl herself.
Okay, but either way, you had a
Yes, I
whole
see
clip
you.
of her holding someone else accountable. Meanwhile, what's his name? Marshall, I was going to say Mason. Marshall was the one who had really been done dirty by Jackie, but she was going so much more on Marshall. This is where I was like, I understand being biased or trying not to be biased as a host, but there's things that we as audience members are all seeing. So it's like, instead of you to ask the right questions, they're sitting there letting, if Aaliyah wasn't as strong as she was and stood up for herself the way that she did, we wouldn't have gotten any answers. Because why can Lydia just come up with this half-assed apology and then Milton stand up for her and then we're all just like, okay, that's good enough. No, the girl was a menace to Aaliyah to the point where she left. Her and Uche's situation was bad enough where she left. And Lydia can just give her this. Lydia did not even look Aaliyah in the eyeballs.
I know.
She was performing for everybody else to give that apology. She practiced the whole time to everybody.
That was so sad. Like,
I was a victim too, and everybody was going through it. No, you, babe. And then Vanessa's like, was it a moment of you just like the energy release and you just wanted to shut up? She doesn't need help. She needs to stand up for what hold your feet to the fire, because you were so ready to tell us everything that's in his apartment. Tell us what's in your head. The truth. Sorry, that part literally irritated me. It's everything.
No,
and
it's
I
true.
hate to always
you're
say
right.
everything's giving anti-black, but the disrespect that the black women get on this show particularly,
and it's because
pisses me off
they
every
stand
single
alone
time.
in it. They constantly stand
every
alone
single
in it.
time.
Because it's this level of like no one in here sees
What
you're
the
seeing.
dynamics
Like,
exactly.
you're not, and you can't as the black woman, you can't sit in that room and be like, everyone hates me.
That's why I said even Stacey making the comment before Leah came out was microaggressive. Shut your mouth. Why do you have to say something else? Because just because you can stand there and sit with struggle, just because she had the balls to stay. Aaliyah said, I set a boundary with this woman. How many times in one conversation? And you're talking about energy release. It's not an energy release. It's disrespectful. I kept telling you I don't want to hear this, and you can see the discomfort in Aaliyah's face. That's a woman to be able to walk out and say I don't deserve that. Stacey, just because you can sit and deal with suffering, and just because Lydia will deal with anything to deal and endure it, does she mean she should keep doing it?
No, you're actually so right about
that pissed me off.
You're actually so right about the Izzy and Lydia parallels of like Lydia just made it work versus because this whole reunion you can see Izzy just so desperately wants to be loved.
Mm-hmm.
So desperately, he was sick. Did you see his face when Johnny said she's in a year-long relationship? He was sick. They got to his face.
Hurt. When he said, oh, and we have a story about this for you guys.
He
wanted so bad to say, oh, and me too, I have some small ting and she's going to come here after the... Izzy.
Why are you going on vacation with someone that's not even your girlfriend? You don't even call her your girlfriend.
He's looking for his next financial briefcase, to be honest. The man is so unserious. I said, Izzy, shut up. And everybody's saying...
this story, I said,
just appeasing
Izzy just
him.
wants to prove he gets girls.
Yeah. Everyone's sitting there. He's looking for more rings for his door.
Like,
everybody's sitting there appeasing him. Nobody wants to hear the man talk.
Why did they... Like the same date, I would have gone home.
Yeah, he's a kid.
I would have said, that's my ex-fiance and I'd like to go back to my house.
No, they're weird for that. Why did you have a whole double... Houston is not that small.
It's not small enough to be at the same table. You could have switched tables actually.
And for the fourth
on his birthday.
Not one of you guys asked, can you go with somebody else? That's crazy. You guys
Because imagine how embarrassing... Say you did wind up being with that person or whatever. Now we're on the reunion. Like now... I know.
How
like now the show,
weird.
like 2 years later, that show.
It's disrespectful, and it's giving Stacey wanted to be there around Izzy, trying to make him jealous. But Izzy doesn't care enough about you. Sorry, unfortunately, Izzy really doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Because if Stacey, there's no way you're bringing a man for his birthday.
For his birthday.
Imagine how crazy that is. Imagine you just basically that's your ex-fiance.
Yeah.
And the man
and that's his forever my birthday memory.
No, that's fucking. She's like they asked us to take a picture. We were like no. You already crossed the line. Why are you there at the same table doing the same... It was fucking weird. It was really weird.
Do you want some?
Some kombucha. Kombucha.
Oh, there was something in here.
It's your damn cat.
No, this is my hair.
Oh. Anyway, guys.
That cat does not belong to me. I feel like I don't have anything else to say.
Yeah, I don't really know. All the way to... What else notable happened at the reunion? How'd you feel about the fact that Renee wasn't there? Useless. Not useless, but it's like, why did they cut
something at the very beginning when they introduced them as the couples that made it all the way to the altar, and I literally wrote down Renee and Carter made it to the altar.
Yeah.
And
why
then
are they trying to gaslight us? This is like, oh my gosh.
Social media will snitch every time.
I was gonna say, not even to, we might have to do another episode about, I'm so glad we're done talking about Love is Blind, because there's literally so much going on in the world right now, but this is the part that I love about the fact that social media is so, my generation grew up with social media, and that's what's so funny about these shows, these corporations, these governments trying to gaslight us as if we don't have
the sermon.
we don't have so much information in our hands at our
disposal. Like
you cannot they're trying to gaslight us
NDAs
on a
and all.
macro
I can
level.
tell you
Exactly.
everything that happened on this show that you're not
Exactly.
showing me.
And it's
so you
like,
might as well include it in the reunion.
we're all
Let's
in
discuss.
this big bubble of like therapy. We're all this AA group together.
No,
talking.
literally, we're like, and Uche's a narcissist, and this is why. This is this.
No, literally.
Like, oh, bro.
And they just had to be.
Us here in our red, white, and blue, we didn't even talk about JP.
Oh, poor things. No, they're so silly. Taylor tried to sit up there. Honestly, Taylor and Aaliyah were kind of the MVPs of this.
They
of
showed
this
up looking
reunion.
good.
They showed up and said, "Then this is what was the
Looking
truth. He
good.
wasn't attracted to me. That's his own business." But as like these men who want to be big broad shoulders, you can't even. You know the theme of the men of this season, maybe aside from Milton, not being able to say exactly what you want.
I wish, yeah. But I would
Because-
like to have a conversation with who cast them. Who brought JP here?
You know the audacity.
Like, who did that?
Do you know the audacity of these below mid-level men, right? For JP to gaslight her like that and literally have the nerve, I'm sorry, it's nerve to not be attracted to her. It's nerve for Uche to think that she's not her type.
I don't understand how you
It's
cast these
actually
men who have a type.
crazy.
Like, do you know what show you're going on? Do you know
No,
what
it's
show you're going
right.
on? Like, you should be grateful to get
facts.
any bad bitch.
No,
I'm
that's
sorry.
facts.
But, like, you know what I mean?
that's facts.
Because there's sure, everyone has a type. I mean, types are all rooted in something. I don't want to say what that thing is, but they're all rooted in
God.
something. But on a show like this, it should very much be like, yeah, but even types, your type should be categorically like a kind of nice, a smart,
We all
intelligent.
need to replay season 1 and write down the
you
lessons
because-
from Lauren and Cam. Okay? I
And-
specifically remember Lauren
that's
saying,
why-
"Ooh, I know this man and who I used to date, but
we had a conversation prior to this, but that's why I was because I just watched that episode, season 1, episode 1, where I was
the
like,
whole episode or just a loop."
the whole episode, I think.
God dang, girl, you
Actually, no, I lied.
reminiscing.
I stopped. I think he proposed to her, or Lauren and Cameron had a scene, and I said, "Okay, I'm done now." Like,
okay.
you know, and I said,
We
I don't.
started getting
I said,
to
I don't.
everybody
I don't
else.
need to see the
Yeah,
other couple.
I'm crying.
I think it went from Lauren and Cameron to. That's not the lesson, but basically, I watched enough of Lauren and
Why
Cameron
did you
last night.
split your bangs like
Thank you. Don't embarrass us. I watched enough of Lauren and Cameron to then be like, when you were talking about your romantic relationships, to be like,
Don't settle.
because Cameron is a white scientist sitting behind there. And she knows that is not the black man she used to
Yes,
date.
that's
But
not
when
the
she listed,
chocolate king
but
she came
their
for.
very first conversation was them back and forth talking about what they look for in a partner. And it was
Yeah.
like honesty, intelligence,
Oh,
like
I'm gonna have to rewatch
kindness.
that
And I was just
season.
like, when it get to the root of what you should
I'm
want
gonna
in
have
a
to
partner,
rewatch that
it has
season.
nothing to do with physicality. So when you come on a show like this, sure, maybe you've dated only bottle blondes and like blue eyes,
Yeah.
but like when those doors open and they look nothing like that,
You
and
should
you
still
glitch,
be grounded
then
in what you
you
and this
the
is
root
where
of
the
it isn't
girls
true.
always are speaking fast because Taylor said it. Taylor's like, I understand having a type. Oh, girl, I looked at the Gap and said, but literally that's not what you came on the very fucking wrong show. It's just audacity for these men to even not be attracted to them in the first place. But it's like, where did you think you go
Because
to Love
even
Island
girls,
where you can
even
pick?
girls will find a way. Like you even when you are not attractive,
Exactly.
they are attracted
Exactly.
to you because of the conversation
Speak
that you
up.
should have, like the connection you should have formed
Literally.
when the wall was there. So when you open the
Child.
door and she sees her gap tooth and you're not her type, she's still like, no, I was attracted to him because you're a human being who knows how to form a human connection.
And the level of empathy these girls have is actually insane. Because for Leah to even sit there and be like, yeah, I definitely know he wasn't attracted to me.
No, I would have
know
said
all
he hates
this.
black women.
Mm-hmm. Because for her to sit there and say all these things and then still be like, I do think we so much grace. To be like, I do think we learned a lot from each other. I taught him to be like this. He taught me to. I did enjoy our conversations, and she's telling the truth. I wanted her to read him for filth. Nobody.
She
gave a
wanted to
shit.
read them, but she didn't get the platform.
Milton and Lydia and Aaliyah all saying, yeah, he texted me. Uche's so sick. He's really embarrassing, actually.
Like, and it's so sad because he wanted, like, the in retrospect, it's so easy to see how he's, like, manipulative and a narcissist. Because the way he wanted to be in control of the narrative
the
so
definition of an attorney, I'm telling you, every step of the way he wants
Even
to be the one to set his case.
Even the way Elias described that he's a lawyer, I was like, even that you said with grace, because I would have said he was always on the clock. He's always trying to manipulate and formulate. She said, I think a part of his career really came into play. Oh.
I just literally watched the whole.
Literally, when they said the thing, I said, Uche's a weirdo.
He's weird. It's the way he copied and pasted the same text to Lydia and Aaliyah. Are you okay?
Like, just give up. Like, if you wanted, and I don't even care about what he has to say on social media anymore, because if you wanted to plead your case, you should have showed up to the reunion.
All the way you had, he wouldn't be able to. That's how you know he's not a good attorney, because if he was, he would come and sit there and come against all of his defendants.
You know he's not a good attorney because even in his conversation with Milton when he was talking about advanced level calculus, you could see Uche unraveling at the seams.
Yeah, he was
He's
stuck.
Like, I came here to talk to you about this. Like,
and he's literally like, don't let her come between us. Don't let my wife come between.
Who are you?
Who are not literally. Milton be giving the easiest reads. He said, I'll text you in the group chat.
That's a read.
He said, leave me alone.
Who was it? Like, when Uche
proceeds to train Lydia to be calm after that for a whole year, to come back on this reunion and be hinged for 1 hour.
Not hinged. I think one of his receipts on Instagram were like, and they said none of us are friends, but I am friends with X, Y, and Z people, and he's like posting pictures of like group hangouts. So just say you didn't see them for a year.
Capitalize, literally. I wish you could literally put this in the screen.
Uche is a weirdo.
I need to stop cursing, but the man is not well. He's scary. He's very scary.
I didn't miss Taylor's lip filler. I mean, you look cute, girly, but this just needs a little softening.
You really be noticing.
Just a little masseuse. I'm so curious about like what lip filler feels like. I genuinely ask people constantly. I'm like, I ask a lot of guys. I don't know if that's weird.
You know what's weird?
I'm just like, can you feel it?
Like when they are kissing, right?
Yeah, like what does it feel like in someone's lips?
But also, I want to know from the girl's perspective what it feels like to kiss somebody else.
Is it like rocks?
No, it has to be soft. Like rocks. It has to be soft.
I don't think it's soft.
How would it be anything?
I don't think it's malleable. I think it's malleable, but I don't think it's soft.
I want to know what it would feel like to kiss somebody else.
In my mind, it's gotta feel kind of like soft.
Because it's not like your skin. It's not
gotta be a little cartilagey.
You look so stupid.
I'm literally my soft problem.
I'm like, can I feel the parts of my lips?
If anyone with filler would like to like let me touch it, let me just.
Ew!
I would do a whole massage. I want to know what. I'm so curious. You don't know how many people I've asked.
That's so weird.
What does it feel like? Because Sandra, it cannot be soft because you have to dissolve it.
Oh,
it moves in a migraine.
What if it's like Jello?
I think that's what it is. Like regardless, it feels like a foreign substance in a lip.
Skin. So can you like when you kiss someone? Is it like numb? Does it feel like numb?
Can the people with filler even feel it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would be more curious to know what it feels like for them to kiss somebody else than what it feels like for that person to kiss them. I don't care. Because I want to know what it feels like inside your lips.
But it doesn't make any difference to them because they had no lips to begin with. So that's just extra space that you didn't have at first.
Anyway. I bet kissing is not nice. If you had no lips and then it's all lip filler.
I've asked my friends in high school with no lips, like what it's like to kiss other people with no lips, and they said they don't. They said someone in the relationship always has to have lips. They said someone needs the lips.
No, because I hate kissing people with no lips. I would literally not.
I need a little lippage.
That's one of my things.
I think it's like subconscious. I don't realize it, but I'm just like.
I literally will swipe left.
Like a JP would never make it.
Exactly.
The red, white, and blue of it all would never make it.
You could be a perfect person. If you don't have lips, honestly, it wouldn't work. Because the way I love kissing.
No one with no lips has ever kissed, right? I'm getting flashback.
The way you just got so triggered.
Because it's just, they like try to, whatever. It's not my business.
No, someone with JP, you're so right, would never make it. He wouldn't have made it as soon as he said, guess what color I'm wearing today?
I don't even need him to speak. I just need to see him.
He would have known. Yeah. Okay, guys, we're done. We're gonna maybe try to film another episode. I don't know.
Oh, wait, no.
I cannot wait. What?
I'm sorry, I just saw this note and I had to circle back because even Milton was disgusted when JP says he flirts via his friends. He said, sometimes I have my friends go talk to them. Are we in middle school?
Milton? Not even Milton. JP is I need a synonym for BITs. Punk. He's a wussy. Because
even when he said he's been in a relationship, and even I was shocked by that.
He's so.
Can the girl step up? Can I see her?
He's
see
so
what this
good
is?
at show yourselves. He's so good. He's not good at it at all. But all he knows how to do is skirt answers. We never got a clear understanding that JP was not attracted to what's her name.
He said it,
But he's
over
not
and over
wrong.
again.
I believe
And
him that he doesn't reach
but-
out to. He doesn't go
but
up to
I
people.
genuinely think that the root of it is misogyny. He's and anti-blackness because it's the added layer under. I don't like the fact that your eyelashes. I bet he hates the fact that she got lip filler. You know what I mean? It's just like I just felt like it was fake. It's fake and it's fake.
Yeah,
and it's
because
fake.
honestly, to me, I'm like, there's blondes. You could put them all in a lineup. There's
To him, there's
such
a
nuances, but
he
to
wants
him,
the blonde that
there's a
like came out of
difference.
the like his wife will bottle
How
blonde
did
her
he-
hair every day and he won't know the difference.
How did he explain? He explained something that really made it noticeable. That it's like she's close, but she's not.
She's not what it is.
She's not what he's.
Because
looking-
even with the, do you know how you know? Even with her makeup off, she still had the scragglers of her eyelash extensions.
Mm-hmm.
And as a girl, I was looking at it, but like as a man, he's thinking something's wrong here, and it's the fact that you didn't come out of the womb looking like that.
He's just like, I want to see your freckles more, foolish.
Just say she's
Cool.
beautiful. I love your freckles. You don't have to
Exactly.
play your little. You're so beautiful. In them. Anyway, I'm done with these people. Anyway, but I also
Absolutely.
ended this watching season 1, episode 1, and
Love is
that made
blind.
me
Please.
believe in love again.
2 requests. Get rid of Vanessa and Nick. She can dress as nice as she wants.
Get rid of this show. Give it up. No one's falling in love.
Get rid of them, okay? 2, balance the love again, please. I know if you need to add more couples,
I will go
if you
find
need
men
to
in the
add more
streets
girls
myself.
to make like you said the other day, they're miscalculating. Add more men and balance this out a little bit, because you can tell the people love the drama. They've gotten more engagement from this season probably than any other season.
But think about the people who could have gotten engaged. Think about the couples that were chopped.
But they don't care about that. I think that's where they get into problems, where it's like they seem like they've veered so much into the drama line that
drama
it gets
gets
messy.
views. It gets
and you
views.
can't put SA on TV. So you can't air the whole thing, because now we're gonna have questions. But
No, I'm not even thinking about the couples that were chopped on the beat. You're right, because if they did start off with 5 couples.
Yeah.
Just cheating.
drug. What was the other ones? Lawsuit for something. Girl, yeah, they can't put all of that.
So they did start
SA
off with
cheating,
5. Yeah, SA and cheating were the 3 and 4.
Yeah.
They're on 4 and
But
5.
it's like if they
But
actually
they also had they had that 2 black couples, a black couple. You know what I'm talking
they
about?
had a black couple. I don't know.
Yeah, they didn't make it to Mexico.
Oh. See, that's the thing even with the cheating couple. I'm like, I want to know what happened in that, because why wouldn't they put that on the show?
If they made it all the way to the altar, just
Yeah.
show it to me.
I understand the SA one, why they wouldn't
Yeah,
put that
yeah,
in, because
yeah.
even especially if there's going to be a
I don't wanna
lawsuit,
talk about it,
they
yeah.
can't get into that. They can't even give you any details. They're going to try to
But
cover
Renee
it,
and
because
Carter-
if they have anything on TV, we will
But the thing
dissect
is, the
that
thing about
immediately.
the cheating couple is she's married now. So
Yeah.
imagine the jump of like, that's a very jarring thing to discuss at the reunion.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I didn't marry him, but I do have a
But
husband.
I am. That's crazy. In a year or 2 is kind of wild.
Apparently she was dating him before.
Oh, okay.
Dating him before, then they, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like, I'll go back to the ex.
The devil.
But was he the
I'll
ex, or
actually
was
say
it like, I
devil,
wanna
but,
be on
like,
the show?
still. Maybe, I don't know. That's
Like,
true.
if
They
this
could be
doesn't
doing
work out,
that.
we'll just circle back.
Anyway, y'all, I'm really glad to be not talking about this
Glad to
anymore.
wrap this up. I can't wait for you guys
The
to
way
know
I've been
about
sipping
us.
this, trying to avoid this little
Yeah,
thing. that's
right?
in
What
here.
is it? I feel
I
like
don't
it
know.
might be lint.
Maybe. I just want the last sip, but it's really here.
I don't want to say it's my zook, but it might be.
It's yours.
I'm wearing black socks
That's
or something
sick.
from the sweatpants.
Anyway,
Oh, back in the
guys.
scarf.
Bye. We'll see you later.
Glad we're done.
Yeah, please do better next season.
I'm begging you, just someone fall in love. I want to see these people in DC. In DC, Chelsea.
Chelsea Alpina.
She's ready for love.
Oh, that's not what we said.
Oh yeah, actually, I'm ready for love, and she's ready to be a menace.
I was gonna say, actually, that's Mrs. I'm looking for a boyfriend.
I'm looking for a boyfriend.